Welcome to the latest installment of Chord by Chord, the series designed to build your understanding of harmony in the fretboard. In the last lesson, we went over the 1, 2, 5, 1 chord progression. In this lesson, we're going to do 1, 4, 5, 7, 1. We're going to start off with a little theory like in the last lesson, but feel free to skip it if you want. We're working in the key of G major for this chord progression, so we're going to start off with the G major scale, which is shown in example 1. So first we're going to spell out the 1, 4, and 5, 7 chords used in the progression, using the notes in the G major scale. To get the 1 is easy. You're building a major triad based off of G, which is G, B, and D. This is shown in example 2a. Then, as shown in example 2b, to get the 4 chord, you go up to the 4th degree of the G major scale, which is C, and build a major triad starting on that note, which results in C, E, and G. Then, as shown in example 2c, to get the 5, 7 chord, you go to the 5th degree of the G major scale, which is D. You build a major triad, which is D, F sharp, and A. And then you get the dominant 7th, which you get by adding the major 7th and lowering it by a half step, which results in C. The 1, 4, 5, 7, 1 chord progression is one of the most common chord progressions in popular music. Example 3 shows it using open chords. So if you notice, the fingering for that first G to the C is not the standard fingering for those open chords. We did that just because it makes that particular transition a bit easier. The regular fingering for a C major open chord would be your first finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And the regular fingering for a G major open chord is just like the fingering spelled out in the diagram for this last G of the progression. Example 4 shows us the progression using closed voicings. Example 5 also uses bar chords, but in this case, the root is always on the 6th string. Remember, you also don't have to play all of the strings. You can just play the bottom 4, for example. Example 6 gives us some compact 3-note voicings on the top 3 strings of the guitar. Now, if you remember, a D7 chord is a 4-note chord, as are all 7 chords. But the reason why the D7 voicing in this progression makes sense is because it includes the 2 defining notes, which are the 3rd, or F sharp, and the flatted 7th, which is C. You should now know how to play a 1, 4, 5, 7, 1 chord progression using various voicings in G major. One song that makes use of the 1, 4, 5, 7, 1 chord progression is A Church, A Courtroom, Then Goodbye by Patsy Cline. The first scene was the church, then the altar, where we claimed each other, in tears of joy we cried. Our friends wished us luck there forever, as we walked from the church side by side. Thanks for watching. Next time we'll go over a new chord progression, 1, 6, 4, 5, 7, 1, also in the key of G.